welcome to a new video. If you don't recognize the van, it is my boyfriend's van. Today I'm going to talk about the culture shocks that you will get when running an ultramarathon. Ultra running is kind of a sport for itself, and it also comes with like a really strong culture. So I'm going to take you guys through some things that you will realize when you start running ultras. So the idea to this video kind of came from when I was running last summer. Actually, I ran a 24-hour race, and to get to the competition I had to hitchhike because my car broke down, and it was a lot of stuff. It was a whole thing. The guy that I hitchhiked with, he didn't have any plans, so he was like, well, you don't have any supporters? I was like, no. And then he was like, yeah, I kind of wanted to see a race like that. And I was like, I need support. So he came with me, he supported me on the whole race. That story itself, that is like, okay, I'm going there, I don't have anything, I don't have supporters, I don't even have a car. I literally slept in a hammock like the 3 days before the race. But luckily the hitchhike guy didn't have any plans, so luckily he could drive me around like a taxi. I'm forever thankful. Like, that was such a cool experience. If you see this, I doubt you do it, but I'm really thankful. Thank you so much. So the idea sparked after the race when he was totally destroyed. He had a lot of empathy for people. After the race, everyone were totally destroyed. Even during the race, everyone were totally destroyed, and it's like the norm there. The norm on ultra races is to just put yourself so far into the ground that you barely get up. And for someone that has never seen that before and is like highly empathic, it was a lot. He was like sad because people were pushing themselves so much. So now let's get on to the points that I had. One thing that I've experienced a lot of times is that people can stand on the course, like on the track that we're running, throwing up, and no one will like twitch an eye because it's so common. But it's like you're so close to throwing up yourself, so if you go there you also throw up, so it's like better that the supporters can help the person that is throwing up. It's not that ultra runners doesn't want to help, it's just that like it's not that big of a deal, you know, because everyone feels like shit. So like throwing up, I don't know, that's one of the problems. Second thing, it's actually a really bad thing with ultra running, is the amount of painkillers that runners take. It's not seen as doping, even though I think it should be seen as doping, because the painkillers do a lot if you take them, and if you don't take them, I think that's a huge difference. And the painkillers are really bad for you. Some people end up in hospital almost dying after 24-hour races because too much painkillers. They don't feel that their muscles are getting destroyed and that the creatine in the muscles go out to the blood. When the creatine goes out to the blood, you can risk kidney failure and other organ failure, and you can be on the verge of dying. I have never taken painkillers during a race. I will never take painkillers during a race, not even like the lighter ones. I don't think that it is a good idea, and I think many ultra runners are against me on this one because most ultra runners do it, but I will never set my foot into that part of ultra running where you take painkillers because it's just not worth it for me. Like, it comes to a point with the competing and stuff when you risk your life. I don't know with that. It's no shaming DNFing, it's extreme sports. It's extreme sports and you don't want to risk your life. Thank you. Next thing on the list is the amount that people push themselves is insane. It's incredible how much people can push themselves. They can be in so much pain and still conquer the pain and go on. They also will pay for it later, like in the night after an ultramarathon. Everything hurts so bad and your body's so stressed that it creates this anxiety actually, and the days after an ultramarathon you kind of feel a little bit anxious, at least me. It is because the body is so stressed and you can't sleep either, so it's like you're laying there awake, anxious, and you don't know why, but you kind of know why, because it's because your body's stressed, but there is no reason you're anxious. It's a whole thing. I admire so those people that can push themselves so much, and I can do it too, but I have not learned enough yet. I am still figuring out where the limit is and how much I can push myself, and I'm a little bit scared of going too far, so yeah, I'm a little bit holding back, but at the same time I have so many years to go, so it's like no stress. The next thing is how people walk after races, and how on the prize ceremony they walk up on the like prize thing. Some Swedish championships in 24-hour running, I have seen people getting transported in the, what is it called? And many people like sit on the prize thing because they can't go up. I remember when I did the 6-hour race that I did when I was 18, and I kept a pace of over 12.3 kilometers per hour for 6 hours, and it went pretty good. I went pretty fast the last 10 minutes, but then when the stop signal went, my legs just bended down. Like I couldn't stand. I had to be transported with car like the 200 meters until the round was finished to go through the prize ceremony. It's like the mind has been pushing the body so hard that like I don't know what's happening. The next thing is the amount of sugar that people can push down during a race. One time during a 12-hour race, I managed to get down 1.2 kilograms of sugar. Straight up sugar, like it was the white stuff that I poured in water and salt and then I drank it. Also the amount of lists that people have, like this amount of sugar I'm going to get in this amount of hours. Some people even have like 10 minutes for 10 minutes on every 24-hour race. My mom did that for me. Thank you so much, Mom, on the 24-hour race. That didn't go that well though, but it's a really good thing to do, and it's a really smart thing to have like a sort of a plan how to do it. But there's a lot of listing and a lot of numbers and stuff, especially like the pros. Holy shit. The last thing I would say for this video on the ultra culture that you can meet when running your first race, that is how pro the supporters are. The supporters, they are up for the whole like 24 hours or 12 hours. They constantly take care of the runners and they're so pro. People even have teams of many people. I have had that on races and I'm so thankful. I think that supporters, good supporters, is making a lot for the race. It can be the difference between 150 kilometers and 200 kilometers on a 24-hour race. And that's quite a lot. After a long time, you lose the ability to think, actually, because the sugar in your body is just going to the organs to try to make you survive, and it kind of disconnects the brain a little bit, and then you need the supporters to kind of save you so that you can keep to the energy plan. Kudos to all supporters, like you guys are doing the best job. I really admire the work that supporters do for ultra runners, and all ultra runners are with me. We're so thankful for you guys. Thank you so much for watching this video. If you want to follow me on Instagram, it's this. Have a nice day. Be a bird.